Okay. So again, feel free to jump in anytime if there's any questions, right from basic things to whatever we might be doing.
Okay.
So again, one of the big distinctions between normal or regular standing and Tai Chi, regular, normal standing, standing up, standing in. So much more healthy, organic way of standing is standing into the ground. So consciously connect to the ground. Let your weight enter the ground. But we have to bring in one other element, the awareness and the intention to align the body vertically to keep it open and spacious. If we just think of entering the ground, no doubt slumping will occur. So we want to enter the ground, let gravity work, but we need to have that vertical skeletal alignment, bone on top of bone, vertebrae on top of vertebrae, and then let the muscles hang off the bones. So the muscles in the body are relaxed, they're sinking down towards the ground, but we're not slumping. So the weight is sinking, the muscles and tissues are relaxed and sinking, but the skeletal structure is very bright, vertical, and upright. And the belly is released, and it's good to have center awareness. So it's called the Dan Tian in Tai Chi, our center, our core. So we're resting our mind and our breath below the navel, in the very center core of our body. And each out breath is a releasing breath. And then choosing to let the arms also hang with gravity as we continue to let this be our home base for our mind and breath. A bowl of the hips. The mind and breath rest together in the bowl of the hips. And maintaining that hanging outness, or we call the head is suspended from above. That allows the weight to sink, but keeps us nice and upright and aligned. Maintaining the breathing in the abdomen. We can go into some very gentle and smooth commencement moves. Maintaining all those qualities as best we can. Noticing when we lose one or some of those things. For example, maybe I get up tight here or pull the shoulders up. So I then relax and release. Maybe my abdomen gets tight. Maybe I come up out of my feet, out of the ground into my upper body. That's totally normal. So remember, I'm suspended from above. The weight just sinks. And a little wider, do some serving T, knees out over the feet. And we have to pay particular attention and take particular care that we're still hanging the tailbone, which really means the lower back is flat. Especially when we go wider, we'll tend to be up here. It's tightens. So you want to hang the tailbone. And that's just a way of getting lower back flat. Lower back flat unifies the upper and lower body. Again, we have to be careful that pointing the tailbone down, we're not actually pointing the tailbone more than down and forward. So we don't want a pelvic tilt or pelvic slide. Sometimes we'll say hanging the hips, straight down hanging. And we're just using the legs here. Weight shift and hip turn. The arms are virtually not doing anything. They're just keeping this open shape. They're not actually moving. I'm not pumping them. I'm not moving them. I have a nice open shape and just shifting my weight and turning my hips. So that's another big principle in Tai Chi is the arms aren't doing the moving. So a phrase that I say quite often is the arms do not move. The arms are moved. So they are moved, but the arms are not doing the moving. Hanging out, releasing the abdomen. Nice, good abdominal breathing. And maybe a few Danyus. It's like sitting into a chair. So that's not too far back, but definitely not sliding forward either. So the butt goes back ever so slightly, just like you're sitting into the chair. Pressing into the ground, pressing the feet, the legs into the ground, pushes you up. The normal thing to do is pull up, especially as you start to get tired. I tend to hike up and pull up. So again, Tai Chi is very different than normal. We don't want to pull up. We push into the ground, and that drives the upper body up. And pushing into the ground with the feet also pushes the elbows forward. So I'm not lifting up, because again, that will disintegrate me, disintegrate the body. Elbows are pushed forward, just like in commencement. Not up, flowing, expanding forward. So pushing to the ground drives the upper body up and pushes the arms out in front. And if you're feeling like the knees are okay and they're getting warmed up, you can go a little deeper. So you just tune in to what the body is okay with and where the body's at. Release the abdomen, breathe deeply into the abdomen. We don't want the knees to pinch in at any point. You stay outward over the feet. Okay, and just releasing the arms, drifting down. Breathe, inch your feet in. Okay, so let's take it from the beginning. We'll do the mini set. We'll touch upon the idea of not instepping and potentially taking out the balance steps. So again, balance steps are always there for us, but we don't have to use them if we don't need them. The couple places that we always have a balance step will be at single whip and stork spreads wings. So we always keep those. Okay, so feet parallel, hip width or shoulder width, hang out, release the abdomen. Tip of the tongue touching the roof of the mouth. Eyes softly gazing forward. Hang out and breathe. Arms flow forward. Drifting down. Knees are bent a little bit because you're hanging out. A little weight shift left so we can turn easily on the right heel. Correcting, turning the back heel. Slowly stand into the right leg and hold the ball, and we can step right through with the left heel if we want. Step right through to the left corner. Left grasp bird's tail. We can stand, hold the ball, stand to the left leg, and then when we're ready, we can step right straight forward on the right heel. And again, not in step, but over a little bit. So our balance is not weak sideways. We're stable sideways and forward and back. So let's grasper's tail, shifting back, turning as far as comfortable, shifting back all the way to the right leg, touch down. And again, we want to throw that balance step over a little bit so it's not in step. It's not in front of the right foot, not in front of the back foot. It's over a tiny bit. Then turn on the right heel, get to the corner. Arms out. Step with the left heel forward and over a bit so you're not in step. And again, just a quick reminder, when we step over, we want to make sure the toes don't drift and then you're pointing out towards a corner somewhere. It's pointing straight forward. Leg moves over, but the angle of the foot, toes, absolutely straight forward. Shifting back, turning on the left heel, shifting to the left leg, touch down lightly on the right heel. Make sure your left knee is bent because we're turning here. Turn and hold the ball. Turn the toes and the nose to the left front corner. Step towards the front wall with the right heel, but the toes stay to the corner. And stepping does not apply here because our feet are parallel. Touch down. Make sure the right knee is bent as you stand into it. The end of stork spreads wings. Now the first brush knee, arms into ready position. Step with the left heel over to the left a bit so we're not in steps. Half step up, shift the weight back, touch down on the left heel and play the fiddle. And again, not directly in front of the right foot, tiny bit over. And brush knee ready position. Full step on the left heel, not in steps. First of 3 brush knees in a row. We rock back, rotate the left leg, left arm to the corner, slowly shift the weight to stand into the left leg. Left arm goes back. You can step right through on the right heel if you want to. Just make sure that right foot is straight forward and over a bit to the right so it's not in step. Rocking back, turning the right leg, right arm to the corner, slowly shifting the stand into the right leg. Right arm goes back, stepping right through on the left heel. That's 3 brush knees in a row, half step up. Play the fiddle. 1 more brush knee, setting up, ready position. Full step on the left heel. And now we go into chop with fists. Rock back, open left side to left corner. Stand up, hold the bouquet. We can step right to the right heel, half a step on the right heel. Shifting forward, right leg and foot go to the corner. Fist through 12 o'clock. Shift all the weight into the right leg, pulling off the left heel. That brings the fist back to the hip. Left hand out. We can step right through on the left heel, right through onto the left heel, over a bit so not instepped. Parry and punch. Withdraw and push. Cross hands, so shifting back so we can pick up the left toes. All the fingers go up, turning on the left heel until the left foot is straight to the front wall. Turning on the right heel until it's straight. Now you will have your right foot slightly ahead if you weren't instepped. So we want that foot ahead, and we'll bring that foot back even and parallel to the left foot. Right wrist comes underneath left. You come up with the weight even, and then rotate the palms forward to shoulder height, shoulder width. Drifting down as if through water as you are suspended from the top of the head, belly released, weight through the feet. Okay. Oh, I see. We have Jackie here. Jackie, how long were you waiting? I just noticed you.
Is it just me?
No, Alina's here. But I just noticed you. Hope you weren't waiting long.
No, not to worry. Sorry, I wasn't here right at 5.
No problem. So this is perfect because we had a chance to review the mini set with Alina, taking the balance steps out, not in stepping. So that was something that was really good to do. And now what we're going to do is briefly review what we did, Jackie, last class, and then move forward from there.
Perfect.
Okay, so when we're not just doing the mini set, but we're moving into the rest of the set, the hands don't drift down. From here, we go into the next move. So let me demonstrate how that happens, maybe from this angle. So I go into cross hands, first cross hands, because there's a total of 3. And once I come up here, I shift the weight and turn right into the next move. Let's very briefly go over the footwork. So we'll do it thoroughly, but briefly. So we'll do the footwork first, once or twice, and then bring the arms into it. Okay. So our feet are shoulder width and parallel because we come back to that when we do cross hands, right? Feet shoulder width parallel. Make sure the knees are bent. We shift the weight a little bit to the right leg so we can turn on the left heel. And then shift the weight back to the left leg, and we're going to pick up the right leg and step into that back right corner. Shift the weight into the right leg, correct the back foot by turning on the left heel, and we want the left toes pointing to the side wall because our right foot is into the corner, so we have a 45 degrees. So the right foot is forward into the corner, straight pointing to the corner because the back foot, left foot is to the wall. So we have 45 degrees. Now, there's a real tendency to be instepped because people will step towards the corner. We need to step towards the corner and over a bit to the right, just a bit, so we're not instepped. Okay, so let's do that once more. Hang out, knees bent, feet parallel. Shift the weight a little bit to the right leg without leaning. So we can turn a little bit on the left heel. Shift the weight back. And when you're ready, pick up your right foot into the back corner and over a bit to avoid instepping. Shift the weight, correct the back foot. So right now your weight's in the right leg. Let's do that one more time. Okay, set up here. Shifting right to turn on the left heel. Shifting back. When you're ready, step into the back right corner and over a bit more to avoid instepping. Come into forward stance in the right leg, correct the back foot. And then we come back and we go forward twice, come back, go forward 3 times. Just like in grass bird's tail near the beginning of the set. And the arm motion is very similar to grass bird's tail. So what we did last class is we showed how the arm position is simply a brush knee. We don't call it brush knee. This whole move, actually, the 3 weight shifts, is called carry tiger to mountain. Carry tiger to mountain. But really what's in carry tiger is a brush knee position. And then from there, it's like grass bird's tail. Let's do that footwork one more time. Setting up. Shifting right. Turning on the left heel. Shift back. Step into the corner and over. Shift the weight forward. Correct the back foot. Shift the weight back. Shift the weight forward. Second time. Shift the weight back. Shift the weight forward. Third time. Now, let's just talk about the arms and not worry about what the legs do. So we're at cross hands. As we're going to turn to the corner, although we're not going to worry about doing that right now, the arms will open. As we turn, the arms will open. Now let's do that. Just that part. Okay. Hang out. So we have crossed arms. Remember, the right wrist is on the outside, the front. And as soon as we start moving, start shifting weight, moving, arms start a slow expansion. So knees bent, shifting to the right to turn on the left heel. Arms start a slow, continuous expansion. Shift it to the left leg so you can step with the right heel. Arms are still expanding apart. Now, as we shift the weight forward into the right leg, arms turn into a brush knee position. So the right hand goes by the right hip. Left hand forward. Corrected that back foot. Let's do that a couple times because entering into that, of course, is a little bit tricky. So a couple more times with that, and then we'll do the full movement. So feet shoulder width, knees bent, arms crossed, shifting right, turning on the left heel, arms expanding. Shifting back to the left leg, step into the right corner, shift the weight forward. Now the arms go into the brush knee position, which is right hand to brush the right knee. Let's do that one more time, and then we'll continue from there. Okay, here we go. Now, I realize it might be hard to see me because you're maybe having to look over your shoulder, but let's do the best we can. As I shift the weight back, left arm comes back with me, right hand goes up. So this is like grass bird's tail. Shift the weight forward, touch the right wrist, chasing the pulse. Arms separate as you shift the weight back, forward for the push. So that's like the last 2/3 of grass bird's tail. I show you grass bird's tail here. Here we have palms facing. Now that part we don't do. Instead of palms facing, not touching, we're doing brush knee. But after that, it's exactly the same as grass bird's tail. So a really good example that there's a lot of moves left to do, huge majority of the set yet to do, but you have the key, either a direct repetition of moves you already have done, or even something that's not a move you've already done, you've got the keys to doing those new moves, because most of a new move is just a slight variation of a move you've already done. So that's a really good example of that. It's just like grass bird's tail. Okay, so setting up again, shifting right to turn on the left heel, arms apart, shifting back to the left leg. When you're ready, step with the right heel into the right corner, shifting into the right leg, right hand goes down for brush knee, correct the back foot by turning on the left heel. Shifting back, left arm comes back with you, right hand slides up, palm facing forward, shifting forward. Now it's just like grasper's tail. Touch the right wrist, hands apart as you come back, forward and push. Now let's do that one more time. Hang out, breathe into the belly, shifting right, turning on the left heel, shifting to the left leg, step with the right heel into the corner, correct the back foot. Coming back, left arm comes back with you, forward for the second time, touching the wrists, coming back, arms apart, forward for the push. Okay, now relax your arms down. The footwork for the next move, which we also covered last class. We're going into another kind of single whips, diagonal single whip, which is different than our first single whip, but similar. Shifting back all the way to the left leg, turning as far as comfortable on the right foot. Shifting back to the right leg, over on the left foot for balance. So the balance step that we always keep, touching down on the ball left foot, toes pointing towards the left front corner. We want to get the right toes to the front wall, so we have 45 degrees between our feet. So that rule maintains itself. 45 degrees, if I was to flatten my left foot, you can see very easily that I have 45 degrees between my feet. But of course, I'm actually on the ball of that left foot. It's a balance step. Make sure the right knee is bent because you're standing into it. So let's do that again from just the footwork. So left foot pointing to the side wall, and it's behind. The right foot forward into the back corner. We shift the weight back 100% to the left leg to turn as far as comfortable on the right heel. Shift the weight slowly back to the right leg, 100%. When we're ready, touch down on the ball of left foot pointing to the left front corner. And it's okay to give a bit of weight over to that leg if you need to turn easily on the right heel to get it pointing straight forward. Let's do that one more time. Forward into the corner, the right leg, shifting back, turning on the right heel as far as comfortable, shifting back, touching down, balance step, correct the right foot to the corner. Now here, let's just bring the arms up to the end position. It's like a wonky, weird, strange single whip. So instead of this, it's this. So you can think of it as an open T. It's an open T shape. So your right hand is high, horizontal. Left hand is fingers up. And that's facing the front wall. So you're looking through your hands to the front wall. Well, that's a weird shape. Okay, that's a new shape, but it's in the vicinity of the first single whip. The first single whip is called horizontal single whip. This one's called diagonal single whip. Okay, so let's take it from cross hands. Okay, knees bent, shifting right, turning on the left heel, arms expand apart, shifting back to the left leg. When you're ready, step with the right heel into the corner, but over a bit so you're not instepped. Correct the back foot. Brush knee position here. Coming back with the left arm as you come back. Forward and touch the wrist. Apart as you come back. Forward and push. So that technically is the end of Carry Tiger to Mountain. Now we go into diagonal single whip. Arms just come along for the ride, just like the first single whip. We shift the weight back, turn on the right heel, Arms will stay in front of the body like they were. As we shift the weight back to the right leg, hands slide down towards the lap, just like in the first single whip. Touch down, just like the first single whip. Correct on the right heel, just like the first single whip. Now, the only difference is that our arm shape is different. And that again is both palms facing the front wall. And you're either looking through your hands, or if that's uncomfortable, if you have shoulder issues in your right shoulder, you can look over your right hand. But even
So Brad, is the right hand horizontal and the left hand vertical?
Exactly.
Okay.
Okay, let's do that one more time. Okay, knees bent, hang out, breathe. Shifting right, expanding the arms as you turn on the left heel. Shift back to stand in the left leg, to step with the right heel. Shift forward. Fresh knee position. Left arm comes back with you. Touch the right wrist. Hands come back. Forward and push. Scary tiger to mountain. Going into this new single whip, shifting back, turning on the right heel as far as comfortable, shifting back, hands slide down, touch down in the corner, correct your right foot, hands, palms face the front wall. It's the shape. Okay, next move, a bit fancy. It might look a bit fancy or flowy anyway. It feels quite, once you have a sense of it, and you know it has a very nice flowing quality to it. I'll show you again. And I'll show you from a different angle. Now, I might have shown you a little while ago, maybe a few classes ago, maybe this move here called cloud sailing by. And if I did, that's a lucky thing, because this is actually the motion of the hands in the first part of that move. Let's do the footwork first. So here we are here, a diagonal single whip. So standing in the right leg, right foot to the front wall, touching down lightly on the ball of the left foot. Arms in that open T shape. But now we'll just relax the arms down. We'll just work on the footwork. So basically we go from the ball of the left foot to the heel. We're simply going from the ball to the heel, and then slowly shift the weight into the left leg as you turn to face the left back corner. So your left foot and your nose are pointing to the left back corner. Stand up, and you can always use a balance step, so whenever you need it, you can touch down. But ultimately, we're stepping into the right corner. Sorry, well, to the right now. So originally, your left front corner. Stepping into the right corner, shifting the weight. We have to correct the back foot, correct? You turn on the left heel. So the left foot is straight to the side wall. Right foot is into the corner. So we have a 45 degrees. And hopefully, ideally, we stepped over just a little bit. So we're not stepping in the corner such that I'm stepping right in front of my back foot. It's over a tiny bit, so I'm not in step. Let's do that a couple times. So standing here at this new single whip position, right leg is bent a bit, we're standing into it, right foot to the front wall, balance step towards the corner. We change from the ball of the foot to the heel. Slowly shift your weight into it as you turn the foot, knee, and nose to the back corner. When you're ready, you step into the right corner. So you can always touch down if you need to before you step with your heel into that corner. Shift the weight. And we have to correct that back foot by turning on the heel, swinging the left toes until they're straight to the sidewall. So we have 45 degrees between our feet and the weight's into the right leg, forward stance. Let's do that again. So here, from the ball to the heel, slowly shift the weight into that left leg as you turn to face that back corner, to left toes to the corner. Then we're going to step into the right corner to your right. Step right into it with the heel, but you can touch down if you need to. Shift the weight, correct the back foot. Now the arms, maybe you can do this with me, just the arms, are going to swoop this way to your left. Remember this cloud sailing by? So, doesn't matter how you're standing for this moment. You're going to brush aside, and then right hand goes high, left hand through the middle. So right hand is blocking, left hand is striking. Right hand is blocking, protecting the head. Right hand rotates up, protecting the head. Left hand goes through for a strike. So as far as the arm work, they're going to flow to the left. And then as we face the corner, right hand goes high, left hand right through the middle. Shoulders are always down, so I don't want to hike up. So one more time like that. Both hands slide horizontally to the back corner. And then as we face the other corner, right hand is high for a block, left hand coming straight through the middle. Now let's put that together with the footwork. Okay, so standing in the right leg, right foot pointing to the front wall, touching down lightly, the ball of left foot. Make sure your knees are bent. Here we are here, open T shape, facing the front wall. So as we go from the ball of the foot to the heel, we turn the foot and the body to that back corner, and the arms do that horizontal slide. And then we step with the right foot into the right corner, and as we shift the weight forward into the right leg, right hand goes high, left hand goes right through straight from your center line. And we want to correct that back foot. Okay, a couple more times. So here, make sure your right knee is bent. From the ball to the heel, turn to the corner as you shift your weight into the left leg, hands just flow horizontally. Then step into the right corner with your right heel. As you shift the weight forward, right hand goes high, left hand through the middle. Turn on your left foot, on your left heel, goes pointing to the sidewall. Now, hopefully you're still here, because this actually is not the end of the move. I slowly stand into my right leg and touch down on my left heel facing the sidewall, just like a play the fiddle position. And my right fist comes under my left elbow. It's called fist under elbow. So that whole flowing motion was to get to this point here. It's called fist under elbow for very literal reasons. So as always, the fist is an open, relaxed fist right under the elbow.
Oh, okay.
So that's
It's the bottom fist that's open this time.
Pardon me?
It's the bottom fist that's open this time.
Yeah, it's underneath, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Almost like you could fit your elbow point in there, but you don't actually touch. So that's kind of that's a new position. So let's take it, so we're gonna do the whole move now. So from this new single whip to here is fist under elbow. So we have kind of a journey to go through to get to that end position. Okay, so let's take that from that new single whip. Make sure the right knee is bent. Okay, from the ball to the heel, and turn the left foot to the corner as you shift your weight to face the left corner. Hands slide horizontally. Step into the right corner with the right heel. And as you shift your weight into the right leg, right hand goes high. Correct your back foot. By the way, we pause here for a moment. This follows the basic coding or general rule that whatever leg is forward is almost always the hand that's higher. So the right arm is high and the right leg is forward. Now, as we slowly stand into the right leg and touch down on the left heel, the right hand turns into a fist under the left elbow. Now, let me show you something. From here to here, what's this called?
Play the fiddle.
Play the fiddle, absolutely. And this is the only difference. The heel is the same. The foot is the same. Both feet, half a step on the heel, weights on the back leg. Only difference is from here to here. A really simple, perfect example of a brand new move. Brand new move, but how different is it really from a move you already know? Not only a move that you already know, a move you've done many, many, many times. So a really good example of all these new moves that we have yet to go to. Bad news is we have another new move. The good news is, how new is it really? Or it's based on something you already know. This is a really good example of that. Footwork position is the same. There's a bit of a new journey that we have to go through, but again, you'll be able to pick that up easier and easier. So let's do that one more time. Here we are. It's really important your knees are bent. You're not standing on a locked knee. From the ball to the heel, shift the weight to face the left back corner, turn the foot to the left corner, hands slide horizontally. When you're ready, step with the right heel into the right corner, shifting forward, right hand goes high because the right leg is forward. Correct the left foot by turning on the left heel. As you slowly stand into the right leg, the right hand drops down. By the time you've touched down on the heel of the left foot, the right hand is turned into a fist and is arriving underneath the left elbow. Again, prove to yourself how similar this is to play the fiddle. So now let's take it from cross hands. From cross hands. So we're going to do, well, let me give you a visual. I'll do that once. And so you just kind of get a visual of that. So we're going to do carry tiger to mountain, which is actually a sequence of 3 moves. We're going to go into this new single whip and into fist under elbow, which is kind of a long journey before we actually get there. Okay, so that's going to look like this. Okay? Let's do that together. So feet hip width or shoulder width, parallel, knees bent, hang out. Breathe into the belly, shoulders resting down. Shifting right a little bit so we can turn on the left heel. Arms expand slowly, shifting back to the left leg so that when we're ready, we can step with the right heel into that back corner. Hopefully not instepped. correcting the back foot. That's a brush knee position. Shifting back, left arm comes back with us. Right palm facing forward. Shifting forward to touch the right wrist. Shifting back, arms part. Shifting forward for the push. Now going into that new single whip. Shifting back, 100% back to the left leg, so we can turn as far as comfortable on the right heel. Shifting all the way back to the right leg. Hand slide down. Touchdown balance step, turn on the right heel to get the right foot to the front wall. Hand slide up in that open T shape. From the ball of the foot to the heel. So that's just a half a step. Doesn't change, just half a step. Shift the weight into the left leg as you turn the left leg to the back corner. And then when you're ready, step with the right heel into the other corner. Right hand goes high, left hand goes right through the middle. Turn on the left heel, get it straight to the sidewall. As you slowly stand into the right leg, the right hand slowly drops down and forms into an open fist, coming to rest under the left elbow, touching down on the left heel. Let's do that again. Here we go. Okay, now just a little comment I like to make. Even in a normal class, a live class at the school, we just learned a new move, fist under elbow, and for Alina, a few new moves, all in one short class. Even at the school, you're not expected to then know the move or moves. That, okay, we did this in class today, so then now I know it, I can do it. That is not the case. And in particular, because it's a bit of a shorter class, but the difference is you can replay this over and over again because they're archived in our video library. You can replay the class over and over again, and even more conveniently and powerful, you can replay any portion of the class. So if you're not sure about my hand, so Jackie had a good question about which hand is horizontal and so on. If you're not sure about, is my foot on the heel or the ball, you can play that over and over and over again, any little segment in the entire class itself, which is a value that we don't have in regular live classes, right? So you're not expected to know this, you're not expected to be able to do it, but keep accessing it, keep reviewing it, keep going back to the class and previous classes, and then this all comes together over a period of months. Okay, so if you're okay with it, let's do that once or twice more. Okay, so I'm not going to narrate too much, and let me know after we do it if there's something specifically you'd like me to talk about or narrate. So here we go. You're not expected to remember all these details about what the feet do, the weight shift. So use me as a visual tool. And even if that's not enough, because you can't watch me and do what you're doing at the same time, just access the recording. It's there for you to use as often as you want. fist under elbow. Now, was there anywhere in there? So I didn't really narrate that. You want me to narrate? We'll do it one more time. You want me to narrate, or is there any place before we do that again that you have a specific question about? Again, not with the idea that you're supposed to get this and know it right now, not at all.
I have a question.
Yeah.
So I don't even know where, like as you go with the clouds going by, and then your right foot is where I get a little bit messed up. Your right
Okay.
foot goes towards the front wall, but to the angle or front wall? I'm confused. I just can't see
So
it.
let's take that. So that's going from here into here.
Yes, yes.
Okay, let's isolate that. Okay, so from the end of the single whip, let's actually do the footwork a couple times and only the footwork and see if that also helps. And we'll bring the hands in a moment. So of course, we're standing on the right leg, right foot to the front wall, down step to the corner. We switch from the heel, from the ball of the foot to the heel. Slowly shift your weight into that leg as we turn to face the back corner. So left foot and nose pointing to the back corner. And then we step into the right corner. Now, if I need to, I can touch down. But I step into that right corner, shift the weight, correct that left foot to the sidewall. So we have 45 degrees. Slowly stand into the right leg to touch down on the ball of the left heel. That would be the fist under elbow.
Okay.
Virtually the same as play the fiddle. Let's do that one more time. Okay, so just the footwork. From the end of single whip, heel, turn the face to the corner, step into the other corner on the heel, shift the weight, correct the left foot, slowly shift all the weight into the right leg to touch down lightly on the left heel. We're facing the sidewall, just like we're facing the sidewall for the play the fiddles. Now let's do that a couple times with the arms in there. Make sure the knees are bent. So from the ball of the foot to the heel. So that's, cloud sailing by here, little pet name for that. Horizontal slide with the hands. When you're ready, step with the right heel. Right hand goes high because the right leg is forward. Correct by turning on the left heel. Slowly stand into the right leg and drop the right hand. Touch down half a step lightly on the left heel. Let's do that one more time. Okay, so ball to the heel. Turning to the back corner. Stepping to the front corner. Want to make sure we correct the back foot, the left foot. Stand into the right leg to touch down lightly on the left heel. Now, if there aren't any questions, let's do the whole segment from cross hands to fist under elbow one more time. Is that okay?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Hang out, knees bent, shoulders down, breath in the belly. Shifting right to turn on the left heel, arms expand. Shift back to the left leg so we can step into the corner, shift the weight, correct the back foot, fresh knee position. So all this is called carry tiger to mountain. Left arm comes back, forward, touch the wrist, coming back, forward for the push. Shifting the weight back to turn on the right heel. Hands just come along for the ride. Shifting all the way back to the right leg. Hands slide down towards the lap. Touch down, balance step over to the corner. Turn on the right heel. The right foot is straight to the front wall. Open T position, palms facing the front wall. From the ball to the heel. Shift the weight slowly into it to face that back corner. When you're ready, step with the right heel into the front corner. Shift the weight to the right leg, correcting the back foot. As you stand into the right leg, right hand begins to drop, touching down lightly on the heel of the left foot. Right fist comes under left elbow. And that left palm is facing forward, in this case, facing the sidewall. Okay, so that's a lot of work for one class. Again, the really convenient thing is you can access this over and over and over again. So that's a real kind of an advantage that we don't normally have in a regular class. So take advantage of that if you can. Any comments or questions?
No.
Let's do a really brief wind down. Feet parallel, shoulder width or hip width. Breathing in, arms flow forward. Breathing out, elbows take the arms down. Less and less physical effort in the arms each time. If you want to time it with your breathing, breathing in is the rise and the expansion. Breathing out is the sinking. Shoulders are always sitting. And the arms flow forward, not up, but forward. And allow the shoulder joints to release and open. And let the arms hang completely down. And then resting over the Danchin, which is below the navel. Breathing in, feel the belly expand a little bit. Breathe out, feel the belly sink back in and empty. You want the lower back flat, tailbone pointing towards the ground. Each out breath is a releasing breath. Filling on the in breath, emptying on the out breath. Now take a deep, deep breath in through the nose. A long breath out through the mouth, and release the hands and let them swing ever so naturally and gently. Breathing normally now, and just let gravity naturally and gradually pull the arms to vertical stillness as you hang out and breathe into the belly. Good, and gently rock out of that. Okay, well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
So have a Merry Christmas and a good holiday season. And won't see you live until a couple weeks from now or so, but I'll be sending material out to you. So
All right.
have a wonderful change of the year, and we'll see you next time.
Same to both of you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.